approached me. It was after I had just done a training on how to leverage niche communities to get leads without having to rely on social media. So that's what we're talking about today. I'm going to talk a little bit about social media and how you can use it as a nurturing mechanism, but it will be more of a stage two element of your sales pipeline filling uppers. So let's start with how to find niche communities. First, do you know what I'm talking about when I say niche community? I'll do it. I'll go into it.
Like a community that's based on something very, very specific. So, for example, the CrossFit folks of Atlanta,
Hmm.
Georgia.
Yes, it is. Well, it's like this group, and it is the Slack groups that you join. Like one of my clients just got a new client from an administrative assistant Slack group. They were the executive assistant for HubSpot's CEO, and she got a job that way. So there are bajillions of these little niche communities that are basically watering holes where your ideal clients are hanging out. I get about 40% of my work from niche communities. So I'm not just talking about it. This worked for me. And that's why I built the training. And Bobby saw it or heard about it on my podcast. And then it became a thing. I actually did another masterclass on this exact topic last week for another community who was in on that training that I originally
I love that
did.
you do that, Sarah, because what happens is the more you speak about your expertise and start putting it out there, it starts to, hold. Like for me, I started talking about networking. Next thing you know, I became a networking guy. I wrote a book on it. I started training people on it. And I started talking about personal branding. Built a course, started training on it. So what you're doing, this is great. I love that.
Yeah, and it really was born out of desperation. I was in a real dry spell. I went maybe 3 months without getting a new client, which sucked. So I had to figure out how to fix that. I spent 30 days, and during those 30 days, I called it a biz dev blitz. And I tried a couple different strategies to see what would fill my sales pipeline. And this one accounted for 40% of the closed work. So I tried to replicate it. Like maybe that was a fluke. It was a good time of year and people just desperately needed help at that point. So I replicated it. It worked again. So I've been teaching my clients inside of the Tiny Marketing Club how to use this. And like I just said, I just got pinged inside of the club before this that they got a job from it too. It works really well, but how do you find them? How do you find the right ones? The first thing you want to do is like the simplest. Ask ask your network, ask where they're spending their time. So every time I get on a networking or connection call, whatever you call it, I ask what communities they're part of. And they usually have some sort of like deep cut type of community they're in that needs invite only. And they'll be like, oh, I'll send you the invite. I'll put it in the community that you want to join. So you can find really insider communities that way. I do this also on sales calls. I ask what communities they're part of. Yes, you have a question?
I just want to mention Tim asked if there's a way to zoom in a bit to see the page.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
No problem. Is this better? That's good. Okay. All right, so we'll scroll. Um, Discord and Reddit also have directories where you can find this. And a lot of people are on here probably thinking, well, they will ban you or just demolish you morally and just hurt your feelings if you try and promote. They will. That's not what we do in this. This strategy is not anything with self promotion. They will do that and they will make you cry a little. So don't try it. Okay. So searching Facebook groups and LinkedIn groups is another one for your niche communities. Industry forums are a great one they look like crap. Like the UI UX of industry forums, like if you go to a conference, they usually have like community page and it looks like an AOL chat room from like 1998, but they're active. And you can connect with some really great people. And then looking at like paid membership based communities is another one. They usually only cost like the most expensive one I've seen is $50 a month. So they're not that expensive, but they're highly engaged because someone decided, like, I have to pay for this. It's valuable. I'm going to be active and I'm going to ask a lot of questions. I'm going to get as much as I can out of it. So they're well worth it. I'm in a few paid ones where I'm cheap and I'm like, yeah, that's worth it. So those are some places to start when you're trying to decide which communities to join. And my call to action for you right now is just find three. Like start asking, find three, test them out, see what works. I used an Airtable and I just tracked like what conversations did I have that turned into a connection call? Which ones turned into a sale? Which ones turned into a referral? I tracked that religiously for 30 days. And then at the end of that, I had a little dashboard that showed me which communities made sense for